here with my February book haul, and I was really bad this month. I bought way too many books. I'm supposed to only buy a book for every book I read, or no more than every book I read, but I bought a whole bunch of books this month. And I actually have an unboxing for you today also. I'm going to do the unboxing and then I'll show you the rest of the books that I got for the month. I am extremely excited. I've had this box for about a week now and I've been holding off on opening it to show you guys. It's part of the Book Outlet President's Day sale that they had going on. But first, I have a book that I ordered off of eBay that I'm going to open. And that's this. I don't know if you guys have had this issue or not, but almost every book that I get sent has had all these tears all over the package. And it's not just the ones that are in this little thin packaging, it's like almost all the books that I get sent have tears in the packaging. I don't know what's going on with the mail lately. And luckily, they covered it in newspaper, so hopefully the book itself isn't damaged because the newspaper's not. Oh, cool. Covered in like 6 layers of newspaper. And it's in a baggie. This is making a big mess though. This is a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, this book that I got off of eBay because it was the only place I could find it is The Adventures of Kelvin of Rudd, Final Magic by Piers Anthony and Robert E. Margrove. And this has the final 2 books in the Adventures of Kelvin of Rudd series. This has Orc's Opal and Movar's Magic, which is books 4 and 5 in the series. I got a bind-up of the first 3 books, which is Dragon's Gold, Serpent's Silver, and Chimera's Copper, and this was the only way that I could get the bind-up of the other 2 books was off of eBay. So I'm really excited about this. I actually could not find this anywhere else in the bind-up, because since I got the bind-up of the first 3 books, I wanted the bind-up of the final 2 books, so they kind of went together on the shelf, even though I think the spines are different. But anyway, I'm really excited about this. I'm actually excited that I found it at all, but yay! Now on to the Book Outlet unboxing. I got my scissors. Just gonna pop this open. And it's nice that they use a bigger box and cut it down, so when I do this, it doesn't cut the books. That also means you can't see them yet. Okay. So, got my invoice. Got 2 copies of my invoice. Okay. Paper. Oh. Bearing books. More paper. More paper. And last paper. Okay, I got 8 books in this order. They had I think it was 15% off, and then you could get a $5 coupon that would actually work with the percent off. I don't remember if that's exactly the percent or not. I don't remember. And most of the books that I got actually go together, so I'm just gonna show them all at once since I have so many books to show you guys. I got volumes 1 through 5 in the Oz Complete Collection series, I guess. Volume 1 has The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, and Ozma of Oz. Volume 2 has Dorothy and the Wizard in Oz, The Road to Oz, and The Emerald City of Oz. Volume 3 has The Patchwork Girl of Oz, Tick-Tock of Oz, The Scarecrow of Oz. Volume 4 has Rinky-Tink in Oz, The Lost Princess of Oz, The Tin Woodman of Oz. And finally, Volume 5 is The Magic of Oz, Glinda of Oz, The Royal Book of Oz. And these are all by L. Frank Baum, except for The Royal Book of Oz is by Ruth Plumley Thompson. This is the entire collection, at least in these volumes. I don't know how many books are actually in the Oz series. The one thing that I've heard people say about it is that there are no illustrations. That's the only complaint I've heard about these, but I'm planning on reading them. I'm not planning on reading them to kids, so I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue. One thing that I just noticed is the remainder mark on the side of the page here. It actually went on to the pages. It's weird. I've never had a remainder mark do that before. It's not too bad though. And with the discount, they were only $4.66 each, so I'm actually really happy about that. The next two books I have also go together. They are Anna and the French Kiss and Lola and the Boy Next Door, both by Stephanie Perkins. They also had Isla and the Happily Ever After, but it was in hardcover, and these are paperback. So I'm probably just going to buy that on Amazon. This one was only $3.39 and this one was $2.11. So I couldn't pass that up. I'd been watching them on Amazon for forever, and I was getting to the point where I was actually almost going to buy them on Amazon, and then all of a sudden they were on Book Outlet and they had a sale and they had a coupon. So books. And the last book I got, because I've heard a couple of people on BookTube say that it was really good, and that is Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. And they had it in hardcover and it was on sale, so why not? And it's got the cool yellow pages. That's actually why I wanted to get it in hardcover instead of paperback. It just got the same greenish yellow, but I've heard a few people say some really good things about that, so I decided to pick this one up. Now, earlier this month, I had also made another Book Outlet order. I got this because there was a book that I really wanted that was on sale, and there was a book that I was wanting to get for my mom, so I just went ahead and got them. Now, the book that I got for my mom is Pig, The Memoirs of Toby the Learned Pig, or the Learned Pig. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be said in this case. And it is edited by Russell Potter. And my mom loves pigs, so I figured I'd pick this one up. It's got an interesting font to it, and there's a pig at the beginning of each chapter, but I thought it was interesting and I thought she would find it interesting, so I had to pick it up. The next book I got, because there's all these books coming out that are retellings of the Arabian Nights, and I had never read any of the Arabian Nights stories. My mom might have read them to me whenever I was really little, but it was too long ago for me to remember any of them. And so I got Tales from the Arabian Nights, translated by Sir Richard Francis Burton. I want to read these before I read any of those retellings. I know that sounds a little weird for some people, but I'd like to be able to read this and read the retellings and actually give an honest review whenever I do read the retellings, because I actually know what the original stories were kind of supposed to be, because they've been translated so many times, so the meanings and everything behind it may have been lost over time, but at least I'll have an idea of what the original story was supposed to be before reading the retelling. And the last book from that order is The Program by Suzanne Young. And this is actually a repurchase for me because I had originally purchased it on Thrift Books, and when they sent it to me it didn't have the dust jacket. And it was on Book Outlet and it was on sale, so I had to pick it up because underneath the dust jacket has this really cool picture, but I wanted the dust jacket. And when I originally ordered the book, it had not said that it was missing the dust jacket, so I had gone ahead and ordered it, and I think this one actually ended up being cheaper than the one that I purchased on Thrift Books. But, oh lovely, my power just went out. Oh. Okay, I'm going to turn this off now. Okay, my power is back. I have no idea what just happened. That was really weird. So, back to the book haul, I guess. So the last book I talked about was The Program, and that was the last book that I got in my Book Outlet orders. I have a bunch of other books that I purchased online, or I got in thrift stores or used bookstores, so I'm going to go through those and I will separate them into the places that I got them from. So another book that I got off of eBay was Someday Maybe by Lauren Graham, and if you do not know, this is the actress that played Lorelai Gilmore in The Gilmore Girls. And I just heard about this recently. I had not heard that she had published a book. And I think it was 2013 or something like that. 2013, so it's only been out for a couple years, but I had not heard of this. And I was looking all over the place for it, and you can't really find it other than like a ebook. So I had to buy it off of eBay. But I don't really know much about this. I just found out that she wrote a book and I was like, I need that. I know, I'm bad. But I love her. She is so funny. I've seen her in The Gilmore Girls, and I've seen her in the Pacifier movie, and I think there was something else that I had seen her in, but I don't remember what it was. But she is always really funny, and every time I see her on anything, she is hilarious, and I'm kind of hoping that transfers over into this because I just think she is so funny, and I want to read something that she wrote since I didn't even know that it existed before. These next three books I got off of Thrift Books, and they are books for my Pern and my Xanth stuff. So I got A Rock and a Hard Place by Piers Anthony. This is part of the Xanth series. I also got Zombie Lover by Piers Anthony, also part of the Xanth series. And I got The Dragon Lover's Guide to Pern. And this one was actually a little more beat up than, it said it was supposed to be very good or like new. I don't remember which one it was. But it's got this sticker on it, and it's got all kinds of sticky stuff, and the cover is torn, like really bad torn. And all the corners are bent up, like really bad bent up. So I'm not too happy with this one. I almost forgot, whenever I got the Book Outlet books that had the program and everything in it, I also got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a graphic novel. This is going to be part of my February wrap-up, so if you'd like to hear my thoughts on this, then go check out my wrap-up. I will say that if you have not read the book, do not get this. Just a little warning. I mean, the pictures in it are really cool. But if you have not read the book, do not get this. And the last book that I purchased online was The Princess Bride 25th Anniversary Edition by William Goldman. And yeah, the map in the front and the back is the same color as the dust jacket, which is really cool. And the spine looks really cool. And this also includes the first chapter in the so-called sequel that does not exist. But I'm really happy that I got this. I know I have so many copies now, but I've been waiting until I could actually purchase them for a decent price, because some of these are going for like $400-500. Usually you cannot find this for under $100, and I actually got it for about the same price as the original cover price. So I am really happy about that, and it's in perfect condition. A lot of the ones that are even like $100 are missing the dust jacket, so I'm actually really lucky that I got this. Sorry about all the background noise. There's a lot of stuff going on in the house right now. Earlier in the month, I went to the thrift store and I went to a place called Bender's Village, and I got a couple of books. At the thrift store, or the Goodwill, I found The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, and this is like in amazing condition. There's nothing wrong with this at all. And I got it for $1. And at Bender's Village, I got Irish Tales of Terror. And this has 22 bewitching stories of Irish magic and mystery by James Boyce, Ray Bradbury, H.P. Lovecraft, Daniel Defoe, W.B. Yeats, Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu, and others. I saw Ray Bradbury and H.P. Lovecraft, and I've heard of Daniel Defoe and I've heard of W.B. Yeats, so for $2 I was not going to pass it up. And hardcover. Then I went to town and had lunch with my mom, and on another day, and went to a couple of bookstores, and I found at a place called the Book and Music Exchange, I found Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I have been waiting to get this for so long. It was only $2.99. And I found The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, also $2.99. Now, I was hoping to get this in hardcover, but hardcover is apparently really hard to get in this book. So I found it for $2.99. I went ahead and got the paperback. And then I went to a place called The Book Broker, and it's one of my favorite places to go, even though they don't usually have very high quality books. They tend to be more of a will take anything kind of bookstore. But I found some really good books. The first one I was actually really excited to find. I have been looking at getting this in hardcover. I've heard a lot of people say a few things about it here and there, but I had credits that I could get, so these were all free books, pretty much. I had done trade-ins, and so I got You by Carolyn Kepnes. It has a little bit of damage to the front cover, and to the back cover it looks like somebody might have dropped it or it got damaged in the bag at some point. But for free, and to see if I actually like it before I buy the hardcover, oh yeah. And I actually really like this cover. She's all blurry and cool. The next book I found there was Unholy by Neil Shusterman, and this is book 2 in the Unwind series. I read book 1 and I enjoyed it pretty well, and since I got this for pretty much free, went ahead and picked up book 2. And the next book I found was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm pretty sure I got this at the Book Broker, but I don't remember if it was that time or another time. But I got this at the Book Broker, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And I also got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, and this is an unabridged copy. It says complete and unabridged. And I already have a copy, but I don't think it's unabridged, so I went ahead and picked this one up. The last book I got on that trip was The Skin Trade and this is an anthology. It has stories by Stephen King, Dan Simmons, and George R.R. Martin, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. Then another time that I went to town to see my mom, I went to a Goodwill and I found The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is a mass market paperback, but it's in really good condition. The only thing is that the back corner is bent, but it was only $1, and so I figured for $1 I would pick it up and see if I liked it. I might continue getting them in the mass market paperbacks, or I might get them in the trade paperbacks and give this to my mom and actually finish out getting her the mass market paperbacks. I haven't decided yet, but it was $1 at Goodwill. A stack of books here that's just barely out of frame. Then we went to the Book Broker again, and I bought a few books. I found Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, and I do not have this yet, and it's also an illustrated classics edition, so pictures. And these I actually got with credits too. I think I have like 5 credits left there. I had a ton. I had like almost 30 credits. It was insane. And then I got Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and it also has illustrations in it. And then I found The Poison Eaters and Other Stories by Holly Black. I have been wanting to get this for so long, but it is so tiny that I couldn't bring myself to actually get it. And I got a surprise whenever I got this. Do you see that? It's signed at a used bookstore. What? I had to get it. Even though it's like the cover's kind of bent, it looks like it got bent and kind of torn at the top there. I'm guessing it fell, it looks like. But it's signed. I got it at a used bookstore with credits, so it was free. What? And then we went to one of our favorite thrift stores, which is called St. Vincent de Paul. And their books are 10 cents for the paperbacks and is it 50 cents or 25 cents for the hardcovers. I don't remember. Anyway, I got The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, both by Mark Twain, and they have matching covers. I haven't looked to see if they're abridged yet. I'm going to compare it to the one that I have that actually says it's abridged before I get rid of it. So, that's so cute. I've never seen these before. And I know there's like 100 different covers for these books, but it's so cute. And then I found another copy of A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle, and this one is really cool. It looks like the alien on Animorphs, on the Animorphs books. I don't remember what his name is because I haven't read them since like junior high, but it looks like the alien on Animorphs, so I had to get it, and it was like 10 cents, so. And then I got Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This was also a 10-cent book. I mean, it's crazy, and it's looks brand freaking new, and it's a Barnes & Noble. It's crazy. And then I found Needful Things by Stephen King. It looks brand new in hardcover, so this was like 50 cents, I think. But I've been trying to get the Stephen King books in hardcover, and I was totally not expecting to find this in a thrift store. The last 3 books that I have, oh my god, this is so long. The last 3 books that I have is from another Goodwill, and I got People of the Book by Geraldine Brooks, and this is like about a long lost book that when they finally find it, there's like wine stains and like a butterfly wing and there's hair in it, and it's like they are finding out about the people who were around the book by the things that are tucked into the book. So that sounded really cool. And then I got The Weight of Silence by Heather Goodenkoff. I guess that's how you say it, Goodenkoff. The only thing I really know about this is two little girls are kidnapped, and the truth behind their kidnapping, or the story behind their kidnapping, can be figured out because of the untold secrets of the families. So that sounded interesting. And these were only $1. And then I got The True Story of Hansel and Gretel, a novel of war and survival by Louise Murphy. I don't know. Just, I saw The True Story of Hansel and Gretel, so I got it. I am not going to try to lift these books. I got way too many. I'm going to post the number, I guess, in the description or something, or I have no idea. It's way too many books. That's what it is. It's just way too many books. So that's all I have for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!